as they take a 2-1 series lead. And welcome on in. You heard the names. I'm here with the guys. One of the best rivalries in the NBA right now. Wolves take the series lead. They're 16-15 against the Nuggets over the last 4 years. But they came out swinging in this one, and they really set the tone. And I think we have somebody standing by who really helped them set the tone. We're getting right to our premium player, presented by Patron. We welcome in Rudy Gobert.
Bonjour, bonjour. S'il vous plaît.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Oh, look at you.
Oh, look at this.
Cultured man.
Yeah, pull out your Duolingo for this one. Rudy, you were everywhere in this game. I know it doesn't always show up in the box score, but it absolutely shows up in the wins. How would you quantify your impact in this series so far?
I'll just try to do whatever it takes to win, and obviously Jokic is the greatest challenge I can hope for. So every night it's been a different challenge, but I just love it.
How does that matchup with Jokic bring the best out of you, my friend?
I mean, as a competitor, that's what you live for, facing the best players in the world and try to play for something bigger than ourselves, So we got 14 more games to win, and we're going to have to overcome some of the greatest teams in the world, so it's fun.
Rudy, great game. Steve Nash here. Just wanted to ask you about Coach Finch. You guys have been to consecutive Western Conference finals. Obviously, the West is so deep and talented. What's it like working with Coach? I know he's a big supporter of you. I feel like you've developed offensively, and he still really obviously believes in your defensive impact.
He's a winner. He's someone that, loves to win, and then he's a competitor. And he just, I love his honesty. He's very blunt with all of us, and he tells things like they are, and it's been fun playing for him.
Rudy, man, you did here. Good night tonight, man. Love seeing you battle.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We all agree here that you guys have one of those teams that when you guys are right, you guys have one of the highest ceilings in the league. But the problem is it's been consistently inconsistent. How do you guys maintain this focus and this approach that you had tonight throughout the rest of the playoffs in this series?
I think just urgency. Staying humble, keep putting the work every day, taking care of ourselves, and just come out every single night like our back is against the wall. Don't get complacent. And in one word, just be present. Just stay in the moment and, keep being ourselves and keep playing together. That's the key.
Rudy, what's up, man? It's Blake. Congrats on the win. Great game tonight. You've been fantastic all series, man. And, Taylor mentioned it. Your impact goes so far beyond a stat sheet sometimes. Do you feel like you get unfair criticism at times from people?
I think.
hey, go ahead, Rudy.
I think it's just a lot of people don't get to really understand, and it's fine. It's fine. There's a lot of things that you don't see in the highlights, you don't see on the box score, and I just try to be consistent with that every night. Whatever I need to do to help the team win, I'm going to try to do it, and it's fine if people don't get to recognize that. At the end of the day, I try to win. I try to enjoy that. That's the most important thing for me.
Rudy, going off that, I know how much pride you take in your defense, as you should. You are a historic 4-time Defensive Player of the Year winner. You've turned this into a top 5 defense. And I know that after the finalists came out this year, your head coach, Chris Finch, said that it was a joke that you weren't in it. Through the years, you and I have had a lot of interviews about your impact. And I'm just curious at this stage, is it enough for you to know who you are? Or do you still have feelings around how other people see you?
I think my only main focus is winning a championship, and just try to, being able to be on the floor and guarding the best players in the world. And proving myself that I'm doing that, and and helping my team win. That's the biggest challenge for me, and it's not for anybody else's validation. It's more for my own. I just try to do that for myself and just prove to myself that I can do it. And the last thing I need is the only thing I need is a championship. The rest is 4 DPOYs, 5, 6, 7. Obviously, you want things to be fair, right? You want the people you want that recognition because it's part of your resume and part of your legacy. But I think winning is the biggest legacy I can have. You know, and so
Great
I just try to focus
answers.
on that.
Two more things for you, Rudy. Was that a no-look pass on that drive? And second,
Get off my lawn,
Yeah,
pal.
I've been watching you. I've been watching your clips
I
before the
can't.
games.
And
Watching
second,
Dirk?
did
Not
you-
pass.
Steve, Dirk
at all, not at all.
No, Steve Nash. Steve Nash.
Oh, okay.
Dirk could have shot that.
Thank you, Rudy.
Dirk could have shot that.
Did you see France just got the World Cup in 2031? Are you still going to be around and represent France?
I might be with you behind with the mic.
Come on,
We'll see. We'll see.
We got a spot for
We'll
you.
see.
Awesome.
That's what's up.
Anyone else?
Congrats,
Good?
man.
All right.
Congrats. Keep it up.
Congratulations,
Appreciate
Rudy.
it.
Thank you for joining us. Keep it going.
Thank you, guys.
I love that. He said, all I am focused on is winning a championship. Great answer there, UD.
That was a hell of an answer. I mean, he's got those DPO-wise, but right now, when you get to this point of your career, early on in your career, you're focused on those individual statistics. You want to be your best version. Once you get towards the end of your career, man, the only thing that matters is getting that championship, getting that trophy. And trust me, there's very few times in the world that you can say you're the best at something and people can't argue that. You get to be the best and you win a championship, nobody can argue that in this world.
Yeah,
But he's bitter. And he should be, right? He's put the work in, he's doing his job, and you can tell by his performances that he does not accept that. And that's what it's about. It's not about coming on here and telling everyone. It's about going out, playing the best player in the world, and doing your best and putting in the performance. So hats off to him. It's been amazing.
Before we chat a little bit about Denver in this game, I do want to say with the Timberwolves, because gotta give some love to Jaden McDaniels. He was incredible in this game, BG.
Yeah, a lot was made about his comments, before this game. And I'll tell you what, they came out, offensively, they came out and did exactly what he said, right? They went at them. But the thing I love that he said in that post-game interview is he said, we wanted to come out and play ferocious defense. And that's what they did, too. They were on that side of the floor, scrambling, getting loose balls, deflections, just making things extremely hard. This is a Nuggets team who has great offensive players. They have the best offensive player in the game, arguably, playing right now, and they are making things hard for him. Rudy is playing Jokic pretty much straight up. Yes. Yeah. Like, they are doing this on both ends of the floor. And to beat a team like Denver, like you have to be great on both ends of the floor, and that'll bode well for them if they're fortunate enough to move on to the next round. I mean, the road doesn't get much easier. So this type of basketball, I think, is the basketball that we expect, and clearly they expect from themselves. So it's been great to see.
And, after their game 2 win, Anthony Edwards said that at the start of the fourth quarter, he looked at Rudy Gobert and he said, listen, it's you and Jokic, one-on-one this game. Play him straight up. It's been really nice to watch that battle going back and forth. But do got to chat about that Denver offense in this one. They had just 12 assists, and that's their fewest in a playoff game since 2011, Dirk.
Yeah, they lost the assists 31-12. You would figure that's the opposite way around. They completely get taken out of their offense. They used to back cut, Jokic in the hub. They're getting all these layups. They're getting none of that. So give credit to Minnesota's defense. They're all over them. They're pushing them out. They're making Jamal and Jokic take tough shots. They were combined, 12 for 43 tonight. Just not good enough offense. If Denver can't score 100, that's going to be a tough time for them winning games. So give Minnesota tons of credit. They were all over them from the beginning, making stuff hard. Denver had to settle for tough shots. Couldn't even get in the paint in the first half. So that was all Minnesota all over the place.
12 assists is usually what Jokic has.
Yes. Yes.
That was a very shocking on a bad night.
Yes. You have to give credit to the guys behind Rudy. Obviously, Rudy's doing a hell of a job, but those guys taking those backdoor cuts and all those different things and allowing Rudy just to focus on doing his job and guarding his man, that gives him the freedom to be his best version. Because if they're getting backdoor cuts and all these different things and Joker's getting the full menu, then that's a little bit harder for Rudy. When those guys are shutting those things down and he can just focus on his matchup, that gives him the ultimate confidence. Like Ant said, hey, it's you and him. We'll take care of everything. We'll take care of the cuts. We'll take care of everything else. You dominate that matchup. So those guys are working hand in hand. And it's going to be a tough task for Denver, for sure.
But before this game, though, we said Jaden McDaniels called out the Denver defense, wanted to see how they were going to respond. Denver gave up 68 points in the paint. I don't know about that response, Steve.
Look, I mean, they're just going to have a hard time. They don't have defenders out there. Missing Aaron Gordon, missing Peyton Watson, that puts a lot of pressure on other players to defend up, a position that they probably aren't used to defending. So a lot of responsibility there. But also, I just think it's indicative the way Minnesota pressured them, were physical, pushed them out. You could see a lot of shots for Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray short today. A lot of pressure on them.
Yes.
And they go back on the defensive end. They got a guard. They're putting him in every action, making it very, very difficult and a tall amount of responsibility for those two in particular. If they don't get Aaron Gordon back, for me, the confidence is noticeable. You can feel how confident Minnesota is, and you can feel Denver trying to hold it together.
Mm-hmm.